Kia ora, Capricorn. Thanks for joining me. This is your reading for this up and coming partial solar eclipse in Scorpio on the 25th of October. I'm coming in a little bit earlier this time round. And do check out your ascendant moon, Venus and Jupiter, as I always say. And remember, these readings are general. So if they resonate, that's great. If they don't, just leave it. So let's see what's on the storyboard for you at this time. There's an intensity, I guess, in the air, isn't there, generally, whether that's collectively or locally. It's interesting times that we've come to be living in. So, Capricorn, what's going on for you at this time? The collective reading is up also. You might want to check that out with the other readings as well. We've got the Six of Swords. I won't talk about it so much. Oh, excuse me. Now we'll just get these cards out. Wow. And just one more for Capricorn, please. One more for Capricorn. Sea goat. Where are we? Got two more coming out here. Okay, we do always, if you've not watched this channel before, we do always go through and clarify and pull a few other cards from various decks at the end as well. So we've got two extra cards here at the end. Okay. Oh, we've got one, actually. All right, so we're starting here with the Six of Swords, this beautiful Six of Swords. There's a lot of strategy in this card leading up to what we all know as a journey to a calmer place. Now, this is can be a psychological calmer place, but there's a lot of build-up, there's a lot of strategy involved in getting to that point where we get on that boat. You know, in traditional decks, we see the figures moving across the water. Speaking of strategy, I say that because in the Thoth deck with Science here, it is called Science, the Six of Swords, we see all the potential markings here, these lines, etc. All of the defensive positions in the sport or the art of fencing, you know, fencing, parry forward kind of deal. Lady Frida Harris explained that is the backdrop of this card. There's a lot of defensive strategies here, Capricorn. Now, whether you've been having to employ those in your life or just be aware of them, whatever it happens to be, it's taking you to a calmer place. And when we speak psychologically, you know, a calmer mind, a more balanced emotional center. Then we have the glorious, Ace of Wands, pure life force. There's an infusion of this. There's an infusion. You're actually, I do see this in this line of cards that you're using that aspect of yourself. You've kind of been charged up, like you've been charging yourself up. You've had to, because you've had some things that you've needed to overcome, whether that is in regard, it could be in regards to anything in your life, Capricorn. This is a princess that is very much focused on will and bursting through blocks, jumping over those hurdles in order to come out sort of purified, cleansed through the element of fire. We see the altar of flame roses aflame on the altar. There's a wonderful sort of purification going on here in whatever way that is. You know, we're looking at the Scorpio Taurus axis here, and so it is largely about, you know, that sort of seesawing thing where the Taurian side of things, we really want to accumulate and increase what we have. We want, you know, things that we value. We get attached to these things. On the other aspect with Scorpio, we're kind of learning to let go, and in the process we surrender, and you know, there's a deep transformative aspect to that. And I see this sort of going on here. You're in a good place at this current time, Capricorn. Now, after that Princess of Wands, we've got the Nine of Wands. But, you know, maybe you're possibly not seeing the results of this process for you yet, not in front of you. There may well be a few last little hurdles to overcome here. And they may well be just simply in relation to past events, if this at all makes sense. Capricorn, they could be associated and anchored, Six of Swords in a boat, anchored to past events, because this can be a card of default mechanisms and habits of old that we just fall into and repeat, largely in relation to defense. And what were we speaking of in the Six of Swords? The positions of defense within the art of fencing. Strategies. We can go beyond our default, our habits, and come up with new strategies, Capricorn. Here we're moving with this one extra card, tells us that that everything is as it should be, and you take it in your stride, and you take it as it comes, and you know where you're standing, Capricorn, because we've got this Princess of Discs. She's pregnant, or he, non-gendered here. But this pregnancy, this giving birth to, it's seasonal. There is timing. There's a natural timing here. We see those trees in the background, just about coming into bud and leaf. There's something new coming through from this, from the events, probably of the last 6 months at least. There is something really new and beautiful coming out of this, and you really have been going through a baptism of fire. You know, this is a sort of phoenix-like journey for you, Capricorn. Wow. So anyway, we'll go through and clarify. We'll go through and clarify for you. So we're looking at that Six of Swords. Just peel back the layer a fraction, please, for Capricorns out there. Yeah, peel back the layer. We really, in fact, get you. It is you. It's all about you, and you've had to really rely on your strength, your internal resilience, your earthed out power. You know, it is earthed out power with the Queen of Pentacles. This is you, Capricorn. When we're looking at that Six of Swords, you're carrying, I do see it, that in that boat you're carrying people with you. You're taking them along with you in this. Let's look at the Ace of Wands, please. As I say, you know, these readings are very general readings, so just take what resonates. Ace of Wands, what do we get? We get, to clarify, wow, so this fiery, vital injection that you're charged with has increased your capacity, your expansiveness in matters of the heart. Now we're talking love, we're talking the expansive nature of love here. And this ace is spurring you on. It's not only a phoenix moment, it's like a that sort of as I was speaking of baptism, this immersion in the watery flow of life and the bounty, the expansive bounty of this card is limitless. You're realizing that you, in fact, yourself, have a limitless capacity, it seems. It's pretty incredible. Princess of Wands, please. Princess of Wands. We get the Queen of Wands. This is an elevation, Capricorn. It's pretty plain and clear and simple. We've got this Queen of Wands. We are evolving big time. Elevation. This Queen knows there really aren't any hurdles left. We've been challenged on every level. We've overcome. There aren't any left. You've done it. You've done it. 9 of Wands. Another wand. We get some kind of message coming through, Capricorn, for you, or some communication that really allows you to see where in a practical sense what you're going to be doing next, where you're going next, how you're going to use your resources, your newly acquired elevation, how you use that next. Another wand, the 8. Communication, very immediate, instant. Fiber optics, internet. It's all happening here. This is fast. And if in that Libran full moon we were sitting there watching that river and just contemplating, just kind of contemplating where we were at, letting the river, like our mind, letting our mind just bring up all the thoughts and let them rise and pass as this river is, That was an image for that full moon in Libra. Was it new moon in Libra? I think it was actually new moon in Libra, where we're just watching that river flow. Messages coming through for you on the inner and on the outer. And as I said, you're armed with a level of vision that you did not have before, Capricorn. So it's pretty amazing. Good work. Whatever this is for you, whether it is about work, whether it's about family, whether it is, too many cards there. Oh, is it? Yeah. Whether it is, there are too many cards, but I'm going to show you anyway. What was I saying? Whether it could be about relationships within family, but also work. Obviously, anything. We're humans, aren't we? We live, we work. Ideally, we go about our business. There's an elevation, definitely. You're armed with new tools. Not that you didn't have these before, but it's that you see them and you see what and how you use them. Look, we've got the Knight of Swords sweeping through. You're not afraid. As I said, you've overcome so many things that you really have a new sense of your own resilience here. The Knight comes in and clears stuff out that's not required anymore. So we get rid of those anchors from the past that don't serve us, that just anchor us in the past, preventing us from moving forward. You've understood that. you've cut the chain in some ways with this Knight of Swords. Then we have, there's a few here, the Three of Wands. Again, an elevation from the two. Again, another step forward. Another step forward. We're actually in motion now. We're working it. We're on the path. Capricorn, we're on the path. Then we have the card, another ace. We've got 3 aces on the table. The Ace of Swords. Sharp as a pin. Tack, I should say. Sharp as a tack is what your mind is at the moment in terms of its mental acumen, clarity, discernment. Very, very discerning. This is where you embody that level of surrender, transformation with death. You are allowing things to go. You are allowing a level of surrender, Capricorn. And then we have this beautiful Two of Cups, which is ultimately a card of choice, but a card of reciprocal giving and receiving with an equal, with a counterpart, with the environment that you're working with, within. This is a two-way street, and everyone's coming to the party, Capricorn. Everyone's coming to the party, so it's really, really good. Now let's get a Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy, just for another little glimmer. The fairies give us a glimmer sometimes. And we have Penelope, the beautiful Penelope Dreamweaver. Again, we hear the word elevation. It is in the small, seemingly insignificant, everyday life movements. It may not appear that there's a great development, a great elevation, a great new direction of possibilities happening. It may not appear that way, but while we are in it, we see elevation here. There's a holiness about it. There's a kind of there is a surrender. For one, I don't know what other word to use. There's a surrender here in Penelope, and she's just up there, you know. She's just, the depth or the heights are literally limitless. Wow. Amazing. Now, a rock mineral crystal card to top it off for today, Capricorn. To top it off with a big cherry on top. And it could be a nice black cherry. We've got black obsidian, one of my favourite stones. It's more like a glass, really, from those wonderful volcanic activities from the great fire element here. Black obsidian, we're looking at strength, support during changes, everyday stress relief, clears negative energy, Capricorn. Look at that. Glorious mirror of sorts. Scrying, Capricorn. Scrying. On that note, thanks for your I was going to say thank you for your attendance at this meeting. I don't know why. Capricorn, thank you so much, and do check out the other readings that you may well be interested in. Even if you look at the title and you think, yeah, I want to listen to that, check it out. Take good care. We'll see you next time. Ka kite, bye.